Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to another week of the Havoc Esports Main League. I'm your host, HVC Luke, and today we got a special bunch of matches for you all tonight. Now, I do have to apologize for the wait. We did have a little bit of problems getting a third into the lobby, but we're here, we're ready to go, and we're ready to start our first series of the night here between... We start here between Havoc White and Cypher Pink. So now we are going to be getting into this first match here of the day. Havoc White versus Cypher Pink. It's going to be interesting. It should be fun, but at the end of the day, it should overall be a good time. Thank you to everybody here who's been watching the stream since we very first started. Havoc's been a pleasure commentating and running all these streams over the years, and I greatly appreciate all that you all have done for us. But without further ado, we're going to be getting into the first match, and right off the bat, Panda, or I should say Pinda, will be scoring the first goal of the game. Now, this is the man that we love to see. He's somebody who's considered the lowest ranked player on his team, one of the lower, but he has, as an individual, grinded all the way up to Grand Champ 3 before in solo Q2s. He's just not, just compared to his teammates, he's definitely not been necessarily the best compared to his teammates over the years. The last time he's considered maybe his best on his team was a few years ago, but Yell's going to end up getting a goal here. B+. Just came back from his vacation off to Canada to visit some people, but he's back in the States and grinding Rocket League again. Currently still B+, and he's looking to continue to grind, improve, and show off what he can do. Here we go. Both these teams looking solid, but of course, Havoc White does have to be the heavy favorites here. Havoc White is, I believe, that both these teams are currently 1-1 in the Swiss. Havoc White not able to play last week, so they ended up losing their first series of the Swiss. But they're going to be looking to finish out their matches here in the next 2 weeks. Whereas later tonight we'll be seeing other teams in the 2-0 and 0-2 rounds, in which in those rounds we'll be seeing how well these teams can perform on promotion and elimination matches. But right now, Havoc White looks like they're finally facing some pressure on the defensive end. Yell will be in the air for that one. Gets a great demo. Will be sent out to the side, and it will be taken over into the corner once again by Havoc White as they're looking to try and put a third shot on target, and who else but Panda will get the third goal. This is what we love to see, and they're looking good. They're looking strong. Let's see if they can keep this form up. Here we go, though. We're going to go back. Getting back into the swing of things is Havoc White, since they weren't able to play last week. And Cypher Pink, I believe they ended up having a forfeited match last week, so they ended up having a free passage pretty much into this week of Havoc. But now we're going to be getting into, we're continuing to push up the field here is Havoc White. We'll be back over now to Kyler. Kyler ends up not being able to get back to that one. We'll be back over to Panda. Panda taking possession of the side wall. We'll be taken over now by Hershey. Hershey filling in as a sub here for Cypher Pink. It's going to be over to Kyler. Kyler looking for the shot. Easily tapped away there by Benji. Benji out to the side. Tries to send it all the way up the field to Panda. Panda trying to follow it up. Now, back over to Panda. Not able to get the touch he wants. He was looking for the pass there on the backboard to Yell. But the ball will be sent back to the other end of the field for Cypher Pink. But Cypher Pink and getting stopped again. Yell coming off the backboard looking for the goal. Now out to the side wall. Into the air. Here comes Hershey. Hershey ends up getting dunked on that one. It's going to be a shot here from the other Panda. Looks like we're going to see an own goal from Panda, and that will be it for that one. Here we go. So it looks like we did have to deal with that, but we're still back into it. It's going to be Cypher Pink. Going to be looking to try and get their first goal not on their own net. Back over to Panda. Panda back over to Hershey. Hershey will put it out to the side. Now, over to Final Form Yell. Here comes Yell, taking it all the way back to his own side. Ends up not being able to get the best first touch, but Panda will follow that one in. Now to the side wall, to Benji. Benji sends the ball down the field. Now it's only up to Hershey to try and get a pinch up. Does get it out to the midfield. Kyler cherry picking the other side of the field, getting a demo, and Cypher Pink will get the first goal on the board. Here we go, folks. Now, this is what we want to see here from these two teams. We're starting to see Cypher Pink really step up here when it matters most, and they managed to get their first goal on the board off a brilliant demo from Kyler. To give some context about Kyler, Kyler's been in Havoc here for around 2 seasons now. His first season was in Academy. He was on Team Pink in Academy last season. They were the second best Academy team, right above Heavy Triggers, or now I should say High Caliber, and right below Havoc Teal, who are 7 Savages in the main league today. But Yell will split that one in. 4-goal lead for Havoc White. Now, this is something, so this is one of the more difficult matches for Cypher Pink. They are playing against what most people consider as a top 2 team, top 4 team in Havoc Esports, whereas Cypher Pink, this is their first their first split as a season. So going into this, we're going to be seeing how well these two teams will end up performing, and it looks like it's going to be another own goal from Cypher Pink. Cypher Pink not doing so well here in game number 1, but that's what this league for. This league's for improvement. One of the best ways to have improvement is gaining experience against higher level players, and Cypher Pink, they're able to score, they're able to hit the ball. So with that, they're able to learn and gain some experience off here. If we look at some Academy teams playing against a team like Havoc White, they honestly probably wouldn't learn that much since they don't have the mechanics, but we can see Cypher Pink, they are able to touch the ball, they are able to do what they need to do, it's just they're not as consistent. And right now we're seeing that consistency shown on full display as Havoc White right now up 6-1 and still a minute and a half left to go. Now after this we should have some closer matchups. Now I do believe in Cypher Pink. I think that Cypher Pink could take a game off Havoc White, but they're going to have to really step up, make sure they're not own goaling for 1, but 2, make sure they're supporting each other really well. Now they are playing with Hershey, who is on a roster that doesn't play in Havoc Esports, on Cypher Violet. So Hershey is looking to step up here and show what they can do here in a main league match. And playing Havoc White in your very first match on stream, definitely not one of the easier matches to get, but they're still showing up great. Let's see if they can manage to get a second goal. Hershey looking for the double tap off the corner. He's been looking solid so far. But Havoc White just looking that little bit better. But overall, it looks like we might see a second goal. Hershey gets the goal, bringing it back within 4. I mean, technically it's possible to come back. Definitely not expected, but as long as Cypher Pink are starting to get some goals here in the first game, that might do wonders to help their confidence going into the rest of it. We'll be back over now to Benji. Lose the kickoff back. Kyler into the air. Kyler, he has managed to do well in Clips of the Week for Havoc Esports. By the way, anybody who does want to participate in Clips of the Week, you just have to do !Discord. Join our Discord, and then you can put your clips in #clips, and eventually they'll get selected to be put in Clips of the Week, where people can vote on your clip, and if you win Clips of the Week, you'll be entered into Clips of the Month, and if you win Clips of the Month, you'll get a free month of Discord Nitro, as well as being entered into Clips of the Year for something way bigger. Currently a surprise at the moment, though. Here we go. Ball does get sent out to the offensive side of the field here for Cypher Pink. They're looking for one last goal to solidify their momentum going into game number 2. The ball just has to touch the floor. Yell ends up hitting it back to his own side of the field. The B+ player solidifies the game. Game 1 over to Havoc White. Here we go, folks. Havoc White looking extremely solid in game number 1 of the first series of the night. But Cypher Pink, they didn't look completely out of it. So now we're going to be going into game number 2 between these two teams to see if Cypher Pink have what it takes to take a game. Looking at by how they played in the final minute of that, but it's going to be we're going to be going into Beckwith Park Stormy now to determine if which of these two teams will end up out on top. Will we see a tied game, or will we see Cypher Pink go to match point? So we're going to be going on to Beckwith Park Stormy to see who will end up winning here between these two teams. But yeah, this match ends up being the Battle of the Pandas. Of course, we got the new panda coming in for Cypher Pink. And of course, we have the old panda that we all know and love that's been here since Season 1 of Havoc Esports. He's been in multiple grand finals. He's been in 2 grand finals, 3 top 4s. and yet he's still yet to have a win under his belt. He thought last season or the season before he could have won with Pixacar, but it was actually Benji, his current teammate, that knocked away Panda's chances at being the Season 5 tournament winners. Team White went the entire season. They went the entire season without losing a single series, and they went through the entirety of Split 1 that season, not losing a single game until the final week. So Havoc White, they didn't lose a single game all season, including the playoffs. They get to the grand finals. They win 3 games in a row. And then Benji's team reverse sweeps them in a best of 7. That's how Panda lost out on his championship. And then last season, they got completely demolished by Havoc Gold in that grand final. But it looks like Kyler is actually going to get the first goal on the board here for Cypher Esports, or I should say Cypher Pink. And it's going to be 30 seconds off the clock, and we have a goal lead for Cypher Pink. But right off the kickoff, Panda, opportunity to try and get it past Hershey. Not able to succeed in doing so. But Yell into the air, looking for the double. Not able to succeed on that, though. And Benji takes it back on his own endeavor to his own side of the field. But a great demo from Kyla should open up some space here. Hershey off the corner. Follow up here from the Fluffy Panda, but he's not able to get it past the actual Panda as he now takes it over to the side wall. Passes it mid. Here comes Yell looking for the shot. Benji for the double tap. Yell for the double tap as well. The B+ player not able to put that one in the back of the net. Now sent over to Kyler. Kyler now over to Yell. Yell trying to go up the sidewall here. And he ends up leaving it, just trusting Kyler won't get the touch apparently. But his team is now stuck on the defensive end. Yell has to rush back, help out his teammates. Panda does get a touch out. Benji will get a follow, but Hershey keeps it on the offensive side of the field. Right now, Cypher Pink are actually succeeding in having some sort of pressure. They do double commit though, and it's going to be Benji. Benji tries to take it off Yell for the goal, but he's not able to do so, and will still be a 1-goal lead for Cypher Pink. Now, Cypher Pink, they did have issues last split, where even against worse teams, they would kind of, after they win a game, they kind of take their foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and the other teams are able to come back. There's also the phenomenon that normally a team that's way worse in skill can sometimes still win games, and normally in 1-0 fashion. We've seen it in the past multiple times where a team that should not be winning a single game against their opponents ends up scoring first in one game, and then just keeping the lead, the 1-0 lead for the rest of it. But it looks like that's not going to be happening this time, as Benji will put it in. But Cypher Pink, they've been having some offensive opportunities even with the lead. So if they can keep this up, I could definitely see them coming back and winning this game. Now in the hands of Kyler. Kyler ends up leaving the ball, and Yell will be looking to try and follow it all the way onto the offensive end of the field. Panda with the 50-50. Puts it out to the middle to Hershey. Hershey with the 50-50. Now over to Panda. Panda putting it up the side wall. Taking time. Looking for the pass mid. Well, set down the field here to Hershey. Hershey off the side wall. Looking for the follow-up. Now it'll be up to Fluffy Panda. The new Panda. Trying to come in here and show that he's top Panda around these parts. This really is the battle of the Pandas. Now, of course, you could argue that one of the Pandas has the better team, but we can definitely see some individual plays being done by both Pandas, and maybe we'll even see a 1v1 situation here in the future. But here we go. Yell, sending it down the field. Tries to get it over one. Battle. Here's the Fluffy Panda, popping the ball out into the middle. And it'll be Benji trying to get a 50-50 against Hershey. Hershey getting the 50, and it'll be back to Fluffy Panda. He gets back for the 50-50. Now it's Kyler into the air. Ends up giving away the ball for free, but luckily his teammates there. Fluffy Panda looked for the shot on target. Hershey putting the ball in the air. Looks like we're going to see Havoc White struggle to get back to their own end of the field. Panda touches it away, but Cypher Pink, they're having some pressure here in the final 2 minutes. Can they get a goal lead once more? But here comes Yell through the air. It's forced high. Benji gets the beat. Now it's going to be Fluffy Panda rushing back, and a missed shot will allow Fluffy Panda to take possession. Fluffy Panda not able to get up to that one. We'll be back in the hands of Kyler. Kyler back to Benji. Benji over to Hershey. Hershey sends that ball forward. And back over to Panda now. Panda taking the ball to the side. Taken over by Kyler. Kyler looking for the beat. Can't get the beat, and here comes Panda for the counterattack. Right now, Havoc White, they're looking extremely solid mechanically, but we're seeing that a lot of double commits and maybe miscommunications are leading to Cypher Pink being able to start the counterattack. Right now, Yell being the main consistent player on Havoc White in game number 2, but the ball from a pass mid from Yell over to Panda. He's looking for the double tap. Everyone misses, and Kyler sends the ball to the side. It could have been an opportunity there for Hershey, so maybe some panic starting out for Cypher Pink, but Benji and Yell looking for the aerial pinch. Not able to succeed in getting that endeavor going, though. And Fluffy Panda will send it down the field. Taken over by Yell. Into the air is Yell. looking for the reset, looking for the wave dash, flick, not able to get it though. And now the counteroffensive begins for Cypher Pink. Cypher Pink, they've looked fantastic throughout this entire game. Even though they were almost Braziled in the first game, they're now keeping this to a tied game. Will we see overtime between Cypher Pink and Havoc White? Ball back to Yell. Yell gets beat. Now over to Panda. Panda puts it out in the corner. Balled up here from Kyler. Kyler gets beat out by Benji. Panda's going to flip past the ball, though, and Hershey's going to take the beat. Benji puts the ball up into the air. Back to Fluffy Panda. Sends it down to Hershey. Hershey's awkward. But now the ball just has to touch the floor, and we'll find overtime here in the first series of the night. And Hershey hits the ball to the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, we have overtime in game number 2. Ball right off the bat sent into the offensive corner here for Cypher Pink. Fluffy Panda passes the ball mid. Follow up from Kyler. Kyler gets a 50, but not able to find a clean shot. Back over to Yell. Yell gets the beat over 1. He has some very nice mechanics, but he ends up leaving that one as he's on lower boost. Back over to Kyler. Kyler has to leave this ball for Panda as Panda goes across. A pre-jump from Yell makes it awkward for Panda. But here comes Panda looking for the breezy again. He's gone for this twice off the wall so far. But the ball, it might be it. And then Yell gets back for the save. But a great 50 there from Yell. Starts the counteroffensive for Havoc White. Pass back to Yell, but Panda and Yell end up bumping each other on the side wall. But a demo from Yell allows him to get back to the ball. Here comes Yell through the air. Looking for the pre-jumping Benji, not able to do so, but Benji tries to take possession, and Kyler puts it out to the end. Minute into overtime, and Cypher Pink are barely holding on. Pass mid to Panda, and it's off the crossbar. Hershey now trying to maintain possession, putting the ball out the ceiling. Sends it down to Panda. It's an empty net, but he can't find the target. Back over to Benji. Benji ends up hitting it out. Panda looking for a shot. It's going to be weak, though, and Benji will have to intercept the pass from Panda. Ball over the side wall. Hershey looking for another goal, and Cypher Pink take game number 2. Now, I did say Cypher Pink could take a game, and that's what happened. Cypher Pink managed to take game number 2, and Kyler, he was an academy player. Earlier this season, he was an academy player, and now he's on a main league team, and he's showing up, and he's taking a game and doing it with a sub in Hershey. Hershey subbing in for this roster, and they managed to get it. And look at those demos. Both sides looking for the demos. It looks like we do have a slight favor of demos in the side of Havoc White, but Cypher Pink's defense holds strong, and they managed to find 2 goals. Now, that was definitely not expected, seeing Cypher Pink find 2 goals in that match. I was expecting maybe they could win a 1-0 game, but not only do they keep it tied into an overtime, but they score a second goal as well. Now, if that doesn't show tenacity in a team, I don't know what does, but that's going to be Havoc White going to have to go back to the drawing board here, as they're essentially losing to what their eyes is a team they should never lose even some goals to. But right now, Havoc White, they're going to go into Sovereign Heights looking to try and get to match point first, because if Cypher Pink managed to go to match point against Havoc White, I could honestly see Havoc White panicking just a little bit and losing to this squad. But back into game number 3. Here we go, folks. Let's see if Cypher Pink have what it takes to take the second game they need. Ball back out to the side. So that's most likely where it's going to be on the kickoff here, and it looks like it does go off to the side. Back over to Yell, looking for the shot, does get tapped away. Now in the hands of Fluffy Panda, as he looking to try and get the dunk over Benji. Kyler looking to keep this ball on the offensive end. Puts it off the backboard. Panda looking for the read. Has to get it. Succeeds in getting it. Now over to Benji. Benji trying to maintain possession. Putting it out into the corner. Back to a Fluffy Panda. It's going to be back out to Panda. Panda not able to capitalize on the mistake from the other one. But here's now Yell. Through the air. Trying to get the 50. Gets it. Now it's going to be back over to Kyler. Kyler now to a Fluffy Panda. And Fluffy Panda will put the ball off to the backboard. Here comes Benji. Benji following it up. Gets 50-50. Put back over to Hershey now. Hershey not able to get there, though. It's going to be back over to Yell. Yell into the air. Starting the air dribble. Faking it for Panda. Letting Benji follow it. And another great goal line save from Cypher Pink. Keeps the game tied. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem like that Havoc White have the firepower to score even against lower level teams. We know they have the consistency. We know they have the mechanics. We know they even have the defense. But right now, Cypher Pink are showing up and have a goal lead once again in game number 3. Look at this from Kyler. Shoots it on target. Benji can't get back to it. And I don't know what's happening here, folks, but it definitely doesn't look like it's Panda. Panda might be the lowest ranked player on his team, but it doesn't look like it's his fault as to why they're losing right now. He's looking for shots. He's keeping pressure on the offensive end. Just right now, it seems like Benji on the defensive line is not looking as solid as he normally does. Now, Benji has been known for his inconsistencies, but only showing up when it matters most. Because at the end of the day, once championship time comes, who would you rather have? A winner or somebody that's mechanical? At the end of the day, a winner does what's necessary to get the win, and Benji does just that. And Benji is pretty mechanical, just maybe not as mechanical as some other players in the league. But right now, they're looking solid, they're looking good. Let's see if they can continue it forward. Here we go, Kyler. He's been grinding. We've been seeing Kyler since last season. He was even in Academy last split on a team that disbanded on Slosternauts last season with music. Last split. And he was also on Team Pink, which was the same roster as Slosternauts, I believe, going into split 1 of this season. But he's been grinding really, really hard to the point where now he's ended up succeeded in doing whatever he needs to do. And looks like Bubs may have disconnected for a second, but his team ended up getting a goal. So here we go. But yeah, Kyler, he was one of the better players in Academy last season. Now, I've seen him improve here from Champ 2 all the way now to GC 2 by the looks of it. He's been improved. He's been focusing on his mechanics. He's improved his speed a lot. And he's continuing to show that he does deserve to play here in Main League. And he's already done better than the last time he's played against a Main League team. If we remember last season, Team Pink were able to make it to the last chance qualifier, where they didn't take a single game against a Main League team. But now Kyler on a new team sitting in Main League is not only taking one game, but he's keeping close games to what most people consider the second best team in Havoc Esports, and they're doing it really, really well. Opportunity there from Panda. Panda's honestly looked a lot more mechanical for his rank. Now, when we look at his consistency and his car movements, you can still see he's not, say, as good as Havoc White, but Hershey wants me to shut me up, as Cypher Pink puts another one in, tied game. What is happening right now with Havoc White? The inconsistencies are continuing to show week after week, and granted, they didn't play last week, but Cypher Pink is definitely not a team Havoc White are expecting to lose even a game against. Ball back out to Hershey. Hershey over to Final Form Yell. Looking for a pass out mid. Chance here for Benji. Benji off the backboard. Double taps it in. Benji, the 4-time Havoc champion, puts another one in. Oh my. I mean, at the end of the day, we can talk about how annoying Benji can be as a player, how inconsistent he can be. But at the end of the day, Benji is the 4-time Havoc champion. He's done it with 3 different teams. He had a 2-time champion team, Season 3 and Season 4. He won Season 5, reverse sweeping Havoc White in the Grand Finals in the best of 7. And then last season, playing on Havoc Gold with Cosmic, they knocked out Havoc White again, winning his 4th time. Now, Benji, you can consider Benji kind of like the Turbo Pulsa of Havoc Esports League. I mean, he has 4 championships, and Turbo, of course, has 4 world championships. And Benji's never been considered the best player in Havoc, but he has the most wins. Kind of like how Turbo Pulsa, I mean, he has the most wins, but no one ever considers him to be one of the best players on a team. But honestly, it's very, very solid. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that Havoc Gold roster last season was Abdiel, Benji, and Cosmic. All 3 of them are now on different teams. Both of them are looking to try and be winners of their own. Cosmic looking to be the only other person besides Furlash, Wolfie, and Benji to have multiple Havoc championships. Because currently right now it's Benji with 4, Wolfie with 3, and then Furlash, an APAC Pro with 2. An APAC Pro in Furlash used to play in Havoc Esports. He's currently a 2-time champion, but those are the list of champions. We do have a couple other 1-time champions. My team won Season 1, myself, Mesco, and Chero, just to give you all some context on the league. It was Season 1 was won by my team. We were called Main Team. It was Mesco, myself, and Chero. Season 2 was won by Team 4. We didn't do colors back then. It was Nate, Fat DZ, and Slings. That was a very solid team. And then week 3 and 4 were won by Team Blue, which is Benji, Furlash, and Wolfie. Season 5 was won by Benji, Wolfie, and Minnie, and Thirsty, as a matter of fact. And then in of course, Season 6 was won by Avdiel, Benji, and Cosmic. Now, the question is, who's going to win this season? Will we see new winners for the first time since Season 4? Will we see new winners for the first time since Season 4? Or will we see old people returning? But it looks like Havoc White are going to take the 2-goal lead in game number 3. And it looks like this game will be going to Havoc White. Havoc White finally building up their confidence after losing game number 2 and are going to be looking to try and take the series in 4. Here we go. Cypher Pink, though, they're looking good. Honestly, I like how Cypher Pink are playing. They are going to get scored on here again at the last second. But going into game number 4, I think Cypher Pink, they have a strategy. And if they can stick to their strategy, I would love to see them continue to play the way they want to play. We look at Havoc White yesterday in Academy. Havoc White in Academy, they play their game no matter what. They're true winners. If they're losing, they're playing their game. If they're winning, they're playing their game. If they're about to win in a sweep, they're playing their game. And if they're about to lose in a sweep, they're still playing their game the entire time. They don't change how they play unless it's what they want to do. And that's what we want to see from all the teams in Havoc. Teams that play to win no matter what. And that's what Havoc White need to improve on right now, because at the end of the day, they made it to the championships. They were 1 game away from winning, and yet they still lost in a reverse sweep nevertheless. So Havoc White, at least when it really, really matters, they tend to have issues continuing to play their game. So hopefully we can see them work on that this season. But now we're going to be going on to Manfield Night to determine if we will have a winner after game 4, or if Cypher Pink will take it to game number 5. Here we go, folks. Looks like we're still waiting for one of the players to ready up to get into this next game. But honestly, everybody, hopefully you are all doing well. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting Havoc Esports over the last few years. We started back in 2016. We started this league back in, I think, 2018, 2017, around there. And we've only been growing since, having new orgs join us to compete in our league. New teams join the Havoc team rosters. And honestly, thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting over the years. But now we're going to be going into game number 4 to determine who will either be the winner or if we'll continue to see this series progress to that game 5 fashion. Cypher Pink, they were able to score a couple first goals in the last 2 games. One of them they were able to win, the other one they weren't able to win, but they were at least looking solid. Ball back out to Hershey. Hershey leaving it for Kyler. Kyler trying to send that ball out. The backboard, here comes Benji. Benji looking for the follow-up. It's going to be back over to Fluffy Panda, who loses the 50 back to his own corner. Havoc White are looking confident now, especially with Benji getting a couple of nice clips. It's going to be up to Cypher Pink now to step up. They have a game win. They should be happy they got a game win. And if anything, use that as a confidence builder. Don't be afraid to use your mechanics. Don't be afraid of challenge. Don't be afraid to look for demos. And if we can see that, we can see them maybe win this next game, bring it to that game 5. And it looks like we're seeing a Fluffy Panda. He's switched off the breakout, going to a slightly shorter car in regards to length, playing on the Dominus. But now it's going to be back over to Hershey once more, putting it off the corner. Ball up from Kyler. Kyler ends up getting dusted of that ball. It's going to be up to Fluffy Panda. Gets it around 1. Looking for the 50. We're back in the hands of Benji. Benji to Kyler. Sends out to the corner. Still tied 0-0, and it looks like Cypher Pink are maintaining pressure. Hershey out mid to Kyler. Kyler can't get the 50, but Panda sends the ball forward, beating Yell to that ball. Ball does get sent to the corner now. Opportunity for Hershey. The Panda. Panda through the air. Looking for the backward read. Setting up Kyler. Kyler again. Not able to put a strong shot on target. Awkward here is Hershey. He has to try and bump Benji off this ball and let his teammate cover for him. All the way back over to Yell. Yell to Benji. Benji ends up getting intercepted by Panda. The other Panda managed to get back into the ball, but here comes Panda once more. Looking for the read. Gets it over 1, but he can't get it past the B-plus player. We do have to remember, folks, that Yell, at the end of the day, is the only B-plus player in this lobby. We have two current B-plus players in Havoc Esports right now. We got Cosmic, who was also top 1 in North America in ones a couple of weeks ago. He's since dropped a little bit, but the other one, as he scores, is Yell, the only other player who is also B+. Yeah, and currently there is another player in Havoc who ended up dropping out of B+. His name is Pixcar. He ended up dropping out, not doing quota, even though everyone told him over the last few weeks, hey, you got to do quota. He ended up not doing it and then leaving the server after he got demoted out of B+ right after that. But the ball will go back over to the side. Back over to Yell. Yell gets beat out by Benji. Will be sent into the corner by Hershey. Hershey trying to maintain possession, getting the 50-50, gets it around 1. Can he get the dunk on Yell? Yell puts it into the corner. Back over now to Yell. Yell putting it out to the side to Kyler. Kyler gets the beat over Yell. Back to Benji. Benji sends it up high. Now into the side wall once again is Fluffy Panda to Hershey. Hershey now looking for his time. Trying to get the read on the 50. Can't get it past Benji. Benji sends it down the field. Panda on the backboard, but the other Panda stops that pass from happening. The ball gets sent wide into the blue side of the field. But here comes Yell looking for the fast counterattack by Hershey with a great interception. We'll keep it on the offensive end, if not just for a moment, slowing down some time to allow his teammates to come back. The ball will be back over to Panda. Panda looking for possession. Can't get it past Kyler. Kyler, that one's giving it to Yell. Yell tries to pass it mid, but no one on the side of Havoc White were there. Now to Hershey. Hershey sending the ball forward. Now to Kyler. Kyler trying to maintain possession. Looking for the touch to the backboard. Back out now is Yell. Still a 1-goal lead for Havoc White. Cypher Pink looking to do what they haven't been able to do, tying up a game. And then being able to win it. They haven't been able to tie it in. They have tied it up once before, but of course Havoc White won the game 4-2. Can they tie it up this time and regain a lead? They've been able to take the lead, but they haven't been able to regain a lead after being down. Back over to Panda. Panda back out now. It's going to be a double commit from Cypher Pink. So far, it looks like Havoc White, they're starting to pick up on the off-ball pressure, looking for demos whenever they can. But here comes Yell, and Benji getting the goal. Benji reading the touchdown, and a look at that from Yell. Yell getting the reset, and he honestly was able to score that, but Benji just stole it from him. That would have been a clip of the night. But Benji, of course, the teammate, stole it from Yell. But still a minute left on the clock. Let's see what's going to happen. Panda looking for the touch. Not able to get back to it is Hershey. Hershey now back over to Benji. Benji gets beat. Cypher Pink looking to try and get a goal back. But it's going to be Yell taking it back over now to Panda. Panda sending the ball over the side wall. Back over now to Yell. Yell trying to maintain possession. Sends the ball over to the backboard. Back over to Benji now. Benji and Panda kind of in the same spot. They end up bumping into each other, but it ends up making Cypher Pink panic just a little bit. And now the ball sent to the midfield here. Kyler trying to get it around the B-plus player and Yell. Back over now. Ends up getting beat. Back over to Fluffy Panda. Now onto the backboard. Here comes Panda again. Looking for the shot. Saved away by Hershey. But as we're now 30 seconds up on the clock, we're going to see Cypher Pink score now if they want to try and even have a chance to bring it into overtime. But another great dunk from Yell. Looking for the solo play across the entire team. He ends up making it roll up. And here comes Panda. Panda versus Panda. It's going to be Fluffy Panda getting the touch out, but he goes straight to Yell. Looking to take his time. Looking for the reset. Can't get it past Hershey. But with 10 seconds to go, can we see a last-second dunk? But it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, even though Cypher Pink put up a great fight, it looks like Havoc White will be going to the 2-1 round. And then next week, we're going to have to see if Cypher Pink can stave off elimination. But yeah, folks, that was a brilliant game. Not a lot of demos compared to the previous games, but it was still a solid win, nevertheless, from Havoc White. But so far, thank you so much for everybody. Thank you so much, everybody who's currently watching the stream. It is all, thank you, everybody who has been watching. That is game number 1. And then going into game number 2, the second series of the night here will be between Final Form White and Furor Esports. So we're not going to see any Havoc teams in the next match. We're going to see Final Form White versus Furor Esports. It should be an interesting match, nevertheless. But overall, thank you so much for watching up. And yeah, so it looks like the rosters that we'll be playing here tonight will be Fours, Alkaline, and Avdiel versus Kuro, Ant, and their third. I'm not sure if they're playing with their normal third today. But overall, it's going to be fun to see Final Form White represent themselves on the mainstream here. But before we go to our break, just a reminder, we are doing a couple fun streams. So tomorrow, we're going to be doing a fun community stream at 8 p.m. EST. We're going to be playing a lot of fun games. Hope to see you all in the chat, joining along with us, having some fun, trying to get to know some of the upper management here at Havoc Esports. Then Monday, myself as an RLCS coach and Avdiel as a Supersonic Legend, we'll be doing free coaching sessions live on stream Monday at 8 p.m. EST. So make sure to tune in for that. And then show matches next Thursday, Friday and Saturday, of course, Academy Main League. And then next Monday will be the 3rd episode of the Havoc Esports official podcast. So I hope to see you all then. But we're going to be going now to a quick break. See you all in a bit. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another week here at the Havoc Esports Main League. I'm your host, HVC Luke, and I'm sorry for the very, very long wait, but we finally got the players in here. We wanted to ensure there was no forfeit here for everybody playing, and as well as a stream, we did ask the other team to see if they would be comfortable waiting just a little bit longer, just so we could get this final match on, and they agreed. So we are going to indeed see a promotion match here. It's Sloth Dark versus Havoc Purple. Whoever wins will be one of the top 2 seeds going into the Split 2 playoffs. Whoever loses will have to come back next week to try again for one of the middle, for trying to get those middle seeds. But thank you, everybody, for showing up, and thank you so much for waiting. Without further ado, let's see if the players are able to play. Let's get them in the lobby, and let's see who will end up getting the win here, folks. Here we go. This match is interesting. Sloth Dark, of course, got second at the end of last split, and they're looking to try and keep themselves at the top of the standings, at the top of the league right now. They managed to get second, beating Havoc White in the top 4 last split. Now they're looking to try and get top 2 in the Swiss to give themselves an even easier time making it there, because Sloth Dark, they did end up playing Havoc Gold in the upper rounds last split, which means they end up getting knocked down to 3rd place in the Swiss. But now they're looking to try and show up, and they're warmed up right now as they managed to put one in the back of the net. Sloth Dark showing up here in game number 1, getting the first goal. Let's see if they can keep this form up. Here we go, though, folks. It's going to be an interesting match, nevertheless, to see what's going to happen between these two teams. Of course, Sloth Dark are the favorite, but Havoc Purple, they were able to take a game off Havoc Gold in the playoffs last split when Havoc Gold were playing extremely solid. Sloth Dark took a game off as well. So for as far as we know, these two teams could be equal in regards to skill level. Of course, we will never know until the end of the game, but a great dunk from Wolf will send the ball into the opponent's net. That's going to be a tied game after a brilliant challenge. Look at that there. And it looks like Vulcan just challenged a little bit too high on the ball there, allowing Wolf to get pretty much a free goal. Here we go. Glow will put that ball forward to Shega. Shega will try and maintain possession. I'll be back now over to Wolf. Wolf trying to go over here into Vulcan. Vulcan now back over to Made It Snake. Made It Snake looking for the shot. Chance here for Wolf. Wolf had an empty net, but he ends up putting it off the crossbar. And it's going to be taken now by Vulcan. Vulcan has the goal for his team. He also has the reason why the other team scored, and it's going to be almost an opportunity there for Vulcan as he almost double taps it off the ground. Sloth Dark, they've improved a lot mechanically over this entire season, and they're continuing to look very solid. The first time we saw this team was actually in the public Havoc tournament in the off-season, where it was a $30 tournament where this team actually played surprisingly really well. Still nowhere near the level of the B-plus teams that were able to participate, but they were still looking good and looking consistent. And right now we're seeing, as the season's gone on, they're looking more and more solid to the point where they're now taking games off of B-plus teams, such as that Havoc Gold team with Cosmic on it. Cosmic, of course, being B-plus, and his teammates extremely solid as well. It's just now they're trying to see if they can take a series off a team like Havoc Gold. Now, luckily for them, they don't have to play Havoc Gold until likely a semifinal, assuming they win this match. A Vulcan does put it off to the side. Back over to Glow. Glow ends up putting it out to the corner. Now to Wubik. Wubik to Shega. Shega now putting it off the ceiling. Ellie followed up once more by Wolf. Wolf sending it high into the corner. Back to Wubik. Wubik looking for the shot. Does get saved away at the final moment, but here comes the counteroffensive. Shega gets bumped off the ball, and Wolf will try and take possession himself, but he ends up having to give it to Glow. Glow trying to maintain possession, getting it around 1, trying to get it around 2, 50s the entire net, and goal number 2 for Sloth Dark is on the board. There we go, folks. This is what we want to see. And it looks like he was actually fitting it kind of with Shega, kind of pinching it in the net a little bit there to get it around the defense. But no matter what's happening right now, it works out. And it's going to be up to Havoc Purple try and come back in this game. Now, Havoc Purple, they were nice. They were nice enough. They did want to play this match. Havoc Purple are taking the meaning of this league to heart. They're playing this league for improvement. So even though they could have just taken the win, they ended up saying that, hey, we can, since we have the time slot open, there's no match after this, we'll wait just a little bit longer to actually have the match occur. And of course, they might end up losing this match, but at the end of the day, they're playing for that improvement. They can always come back in the Split 2 playoffs to try and take the win over Sloth Dark then as well, assuming they lose this. Havoc Purple can very well win this match. Here we go, though, folks. Ball does go out to the side to Wubik. Wubik looking for the shot. Dunk opportunity there. But made a snake now looking for the shot on the empty net. Havoc Purple bring it back within one with 2 minutes left on the clock. Havoc Purple showing this will not be an easy match for no matter what for the side of Sloth Dark. And reminder, folks, if you go to twitch.tv/AzraelHV, I suggest you give him a follow. He's running the B stream right now for Havoc Esports, where his team is currently playing against Havoc Orange. It's tied right now in what I believe is game number 2 with 46 seconds left. So if they manage to win this game, they could tie the series. I do believe they lost the first game 0-4. But they do have what it takes to win a game, I do believe. So make sure to check out on twitch.tv/AzraelHV if you want to watch the alternate stream. Make sure to go give him a follow and give him some support since he is helping us a lot. Here we go. Made it Snake. Back over to Glow. Glow trying to put it out to the side to Vulcan. Vulcan to Wubik. Over now to Vulcan once more. Trying to look for the flick. Now back over now to Wubik. Wubik takes it over to the corner. Minute and a half left to go. Here comes Wubik trying to maintain possession. Looking for the flick over to Wolf. Wolf looking for the shot. Popping it high. It's on towards an empty net, but Shaga gets back right at the end. Now he's going to be looking for his possession. Gets it around to Glow. Glow ends up getting intercepted by Wubik, and Wubik keeping it on the offensive end. Wubik looking for a 50-50. Gets it around 1. Can't get it past around 2, but Wolf looking for the shot. Vulcan almost looked like he was going to own goal there, but Wubik manages to get a 50. Keep it on the offensive end. Here comes Mated Snake, putting it off in the corner. Bounces down, looking for the backboard touch. He ends up not being able to go for it. Vulcan taking his time with a solid 50. Will get the ball out of harm's way. But the ball will not leave the offensive half here for Havoc Purple, as they're doing a great job of just keeping pressure. That might be towards an empty net. Can they get the bump on Vulcan? Mated Snake goes for the ball instead, setting up Wubik. Wubik shoots! It's in! And Havoc Purple tie the game with 42 seconds to go. And a note as well, it looks like Team Orange of Havoc Esports ends up taking the win in the final seconds of game number 2. So they'll be going now into game number 3, and Havoc Cypher will have to reverse sweep. But how close it's looking, I could definitely see Havoc Cypher reverse sweeping that one. Back over to Mated Snake, taking the ball into the corner. Back over to Shaga. Shaga. Back over to Wubik. Wubik trying to pop the ball over to Wolf. Wolf passes the ball mid to Mated Snake. Mated Snake trying to get the beat. He gets the beat on 1. It's not going to be on target, though. And it gets sent out to the corner. Here comes Vulcan. Looking for the 50. Gets it, and Wubik ends up getting that one. Havoc Purple looking to try and steal away game number 1 in the final 15 seconds. All bounces mid. It's empty. Mated Snake pre-flips, but he can't get it past the defender. Still, solid save after solid save for Sloth Dark, keeping them in this game. But a pass mid. It's empty. And Sloth Dark take it with 3 seconds to go. They still can, now Havoc Purple, they can still come back, but that overcommit, they were tied, they didn't need to overcommit, but Shaga will find the goal. And it looks like this team is warmed up for the previous match in another league, because right now, they may have gotten tied up, but they take the lead with 3 seconds to go. Can Havoc Purple, though, can they get the lead? They let the ball roll. It's still in the air. All the ball has to do is touch the ground. A fake from Vulcan, getting it over. Wolf, passes the mid to Wubik. 50's at mid. Ball still into the air. Over to Cole. Glow, into the middle. Popped up by Wolf, into the corner. Back over to Mated Snake, to Wubik. Shaga catches the ball. It hits the ground. And it was a very close 0 seconds there. But Sloth Dark managed to maintain the lead. What a fantastic first goal there. We do have some people changing cars. But nevertheless, it was a fantastic game that we got to see there from both of these teams. But now we're going to be going into game 2. So it's Sloth Dark with a 1-game lead in the series. But nevertheless, fantastic game, fantastic series so far. Let's see if all the games continue to be as close as this one. We're now going to be going on to Beckwith Park Stormy to see who will end up winning, or sorry, who will end up being on match point first, or if Havoc Purple will end up tying the series. But with how close that game was, I can definitely see Havoc Purple tying up the series fairly easily. But of course, I don't know if it's actually going to happen. But here we go, folks, into game number 2. Let's see if they can keep this form up. And by what it looks like, Havoc Orange are pulling a Havoc Orange special. They won the first 2 games of the series, and they're losing game number 3, 3-0, with a minute and a half off the clock. Havoc Orange, I don't know what their issue is, but whenever they're actually winning in a series, they tend to get more nervous over time. Instead of just playing with confidence, they tend to get more nervous. Now, I do understand playing on stream, playing in a tournament can be nervous, but that's where you have to work on that team mentality where, hey, we're up by 2 games in the series. It doesn't matter if we lose this one. Let's really just play our game no matter what, play to win, and you'll be able to get that series win in the sweep. But Havoc Orange, they seem to be the team with the biggest issue, and they also seem to have the team with the biggest issue of hitting crossbars in important games as well. Now, they have won a Game 5 recently, which is good for their mentality, but they still have to work a little bit more on playing and doing better against teams that are their skill level or a little bit worse. Ball gets sent over to Vulcan. Vulcan off the sidewall. Now over to Glow. Glow over to Matus Nate. Matus Nate does get the final touch, but it sets up Shega. Shega looking for the shot. It's a bounce shot, and Wubik with the clear. 2 people up for this one on Sloth Dark, but they managed to get this ball out to the backboard. Follow up from Wolf. Wolf looking for the shot. Follow up from Wubik, and Wubik saves it away. Now back over to Wubik once again. It's off the ceiling. Looking for the double tap off the ground. Sending it over for Matus Nate. Matus Nate gets dusted by Vulcan, though. It's up to Wolf. Wolf does get the touch he wants, but Shega is going to hit this ball in the corner. Passing the ball out mid to Glow. Glow just trying to look for the shot. It's off target, but Shega is trying to maintain possession, but he ends up bumping his teammate in doing so, and it's going to be Wolf on the counterattack. Wolf setting up the 50 for Wubik. Wubik shoots! It's in! And Havoc Purple score first. Look at this play here from Havoc Gold. Wolf with the pre-flip. 50's at under 1. Back over to Wubik. Wubik, he looks at the shot. It's on target, and just Glow can't get up for that one. It looks like it was savable. He just wasn't able to get there. Here we go, though, folks. Ball back over now to Vulcan. Vulcan to Wolf. Wolf now trying to set up Matus Nate. Matus Nate sending it forward to Wolf. Wolf trying to free flip into this ball. He has a free ball. Free possession. 1-on-2. Gets a 50, and it ends up being sent all the way back to his own side. Vulcan and Glow up for that one, but Vulcan ends up managing to get that ball as Glow leaves it. Glow puts it off the backboard, following it up. And right now we're starting to see some consistent pressure here from Sloth Dark as they're looking to try and tie the game. Ball back up to the backboard. Shot off the backboard once more. Sloth Dark can't find the back of the net. We're starting to see some similar issues with Sloth Dark from when they played against Havoc Gold last split, where when against Havoc Gold, they just weren't able to find shots. They were able to get some passes together, but they just weren't able to get it past the defense as they weren't able to even put it on target. We're starting to see this here against Havoc Purple, but here comes Glow. Glow with the 50-50, setting the ball out mid. Opportunity here for Vulcan and Shega. I would have preferred Shega to go for that ball, but Vulcan ends up taking it off the side wall and loses it back to Shega anyway. Ball back out to the middle. Shega gets the big boost. Back to Glow. Glow's looking for the shot. Wubik, it's on target, and Wubik will get the goal. 2-goal lead for Havoc Purple now as they're looking to try and tie up the series as early as possible. They do not want to have to try and reverse sweep the second best team in the league currently. Now, some people do believe Havoc White have the higher ceiling, but right now Sloth Dark have proven to be a little bit better than Havoc White, and will now be in the hands of Shega. Shega fitting that ball over to Wolf. Wolf now back to Glow. Glow to Wubik. Oh, it's going to be a pinch for Shega. Couldn't get the read. Vulcan gets a 50, but Matus Nate, the patient player here for Havoc Purple, is doing so much. He's getting reads. He's getting shots. He's getting saves. And most importantly, he's taking his time when he has the ball. And Wolf will find a goal off the pass from his teammate. Look at this here. Wubik down the field to Wolf. Wolf was ready. He shoots and gets it past the defender. Havoc Purple taking the lead by 3. And it looks like here, folks, that Havoc Orange have indeed tied the game in game number 3 against Havoc Sapphire. With 10 seconds to go, the ball is floating towards the Sapphire net, but still yet to see if Sapphire are going to take a game here over Havoc Orange. But the ball does get sent here, now back to the game at hand. Matus Nate looking for a shot, ends up being put wide. Back over now to Wolf. Wolf off the backboard, and will now be over to Matus Nate. Update on the other game, and the game has gone to overtime. Back over to Glow. Glow off the backboard. Follow up here from Wubik. Wubik looking for the 50-50. And will now be taken by Shega. Shega through the air. Looking for the flick off the backboard. Demo on the back line there from Havoc Purple. The off-ball pressure from Havoc Purple is starting to pick up. Another demo, but Glow gets back just in time. They try to team pinch it out, but it doesn't end up going fast enough into the back of the net as Wubik now takes possession. Ball back over to Wolf. Wolf trying to maintain possession. Takes a 50. Ends up not being able to 50 the ball at all. Pinches out mid. Wubik ends up getting caught off his guard, and it's Matus Nate once again saving the ball on the defensive end of the end. Back to Made It Snake. Made It Snake looking for the pop forward. Now back over to Wubik. Wubik back over now to himself as he tries to take possession. As it's going to be back over to Shega. Shega trying to maintain possession. Now back over to Made It Snake. Made It Snake gets a 50 on Shega, and it ends up right into the Havoc Purple hands. 41 seconds left to go, and we're still with a 3-goal lead for Havoc Purple. Havoc Purple looking to try and tie up the series as early as possible. Ball back over into the hands of Wolf. Wolf ends up missing. Chance here for Shega here in the final 30 seconds. Gets the flick. It's off the backboard. Can someone follow it up? And Vulcan follows it up, bringing it back within 1. Bringing it back within 2. Sloth Dark in the final moments of game number 2, looking to come back and try and get the win. Another note here on the alternate stream. It's a minute and a half into overtime and still yet to find a goal is either team. Havoc Orange about to sweep, whereas Havoc Sapphire looking to try and start the reverse sweep here with this first game win. We'll keep you all updated on who ends up winning that match. Ball back over to Made It Snake. Trying to take possession. Ends up missing that one. But with 13 seconds left to go, unless we see a goal right now for Sloth Dark, it looks like this game is all but over. Ball back over now. It's a demo from Wubik, and the off-ball pressure from Havoc Purple is what has really won them this game. They are looking for demos on offense and defense. They're cleaning up space. They're clearing up opportunities for their team, and it looks like this high demo game for Havoc Purple is what's going to allow them to win. But there we go, folks. That's going to be the end of game number 2, and now we're going to be going into game number 3. Look at that. 4 demos for Wubik alone, and it looks like Havoc Sapphire end up own goaling in overtime to lose that game. Sad stuff for Havoc Sapphire. But Havoc Orange, they're going to be happy that they're going to be going on to the 2-1 round next week. They did lose, and they did end up losing to Havoc Gold last week, but now we're going to be going into the next match here between these two teams. Tie game from Havoc Purple and Sloth Dark. Let's see what these teams can do on Sovereign Heights. Both these teams are looking good. Honestly, they're both looking solid, but I still have no clue who's going to end up winning the game here, or winning this series. It's honestly close. But with that, it looks like with Orange getting the 3-0 win over Havoc Sapphire, they're going to be in a really good spot going into the next final week of the Swiss stage. But here we go, folks, on the Sovereign Heights. Let's see which of these teams can end up being crowned the winners of this series. Back over to Wolf. To Shagan now as he ends up sending it back to Wubik. Wubik back over to Glow. Glow putting it off the side wall. Looking for possession. Passing the ball mid to Shaga. Shaga off the corner. It's going to be followed up here by Wubik. Wubik looking for the follow. Can he follow it up? Back over now to Glow. Glow popping it in the air. Looking for possession. To Made It Snake. Made It Snake popping it in the air. Back to Vulcan. Vulcan off the backboard. And will now be followed up here into the corner. Back to Glow. Glow looking for the double tap. Saved away by Wubik. Wolf now trying to maintain possession. Looking for the pass mid. Ends up going right back to Wubik. Wubik trying to maintain possession. Look at this here. Going off the side wall. Looking to try and set up the first goal. A demo on the back line from Havoc Purple. Actually, it looks like Havoc Purple were demoed on the back line, but now they get the demo they want. Wolf looking to set up the double tap. It's off the crossbar. Where's the follow-up? No follow-up is coming. And Made It Snake has to try and keep this ball in the offensive end. Doesn't succeed in doing so. It'll be back now over into the hands of Made It Snake. Looking for the follow-up. Back over to Vulcan. Vulcan putting it off the backboard. Followed up here from Wolf. Wolf ceiling pitches it towards his own net, and Wubik with the save. Havoc Purple going to be having a little bit of a laugh on that one. But with the series being tied, they can't be laughing for too long. They got to get focused if they want to try and win this game. But Wolf sending that ball forward. Made It Snake with the bump. Looking for more bumps. Wolf tries to get back to that ball. Not able to do so, though, and Wubik will take it back to his own end. Wubik now into the air. Looking for possession. Ends up not being able to get it past Shaga. Shaga looking to try and set up his teammates here, but Made It Snake once again with the stop on the backboard. Follow up once again to Wolf. Wolf trying to maintain possession. Back over to Glow. Glow back to Wolf. Wolf trying to pass that ball across. I'll be back over to Shaga. Shaga trying to maintain possession here is Wolf. Wolf back over to Made It Snake. Back to Glow. Glow off the backboard. Back over to Shaga. Shaga to Glow. Sorry, to Vulcan. Vulcan looking for the shot, but a great, fantastic save A great, fantastic save from Slot Dark. From Havoc Purple. We'll keep that one out. Wolf trying to take a 50-50. Can't get it past Shega. Shega trying to maintain possession, puts it off the corner, and Matus Nate will end up getting the interception, but he ends up giving it right back to Slot Dark, who are continuing to pile on the pressure. Look at the pressure from Slot Dark. They're keeping possession. They're setting up their teammates. They're losing the 50 back to their teammates. They're getting boost deals. They're getting demos. Slot Dark are warmed up and ready to try and win game number 3. But still, yet with all this pressure, they're not able to find their first goal as Havoc Purple have honestly had the same amount of opportunities as Slot Dark, even though Slot Dark have had far more possession and offensive zone time. Ball does get sent to the backboard to Glow. Ends up getting it sent right above the crossbar there for Havoc Purple, but no follow-up from Slot Dark will mean still tied game 0-0. Ball back over now to Matus Nate. Matus Nate looking for the possession. We'll be back now over to Vulcan. Vulcan to Shega. Shega sending that ball down the pitch to the backboard. Ball up here from Vulcan. Vulcan looking for the double, and Wolf will send that ball out. Both these teams continuing to look solid, continuing to look good, but who will end up getting the win? Ball does get sent across. Over now to Matus Nate. Matus Nate ends up getting it over one. Can't get it past Shega, but Shega's awkward, and it has to rely on a teammate to save him. Ball back out to Shega. Helped out by Glow. Will be sent now over to the hands of Wolf. Wolf over out the sidewall to Vulcan. Vulcan popping the ball high in the air. Back to Wubik. Wubik looking for the touch. Gets the ball out to the side. It's going to be Matus Nate looking for the follow-up. He's on low boost, though. He ends up missing. He has to get back for the 50. Doesn't send it into his own net, but he sends it into his own corner. Shot from Glow off the corner read. Not able to get the goal yet, though. And it'll be back off the backboard. Wolf looking for the follow-up to Glow. Glow to Matus Nate. Matus Nate to Wolf. Wolf now looking for possession. Now we'll be sending it off to the side. We'll be off the crossbar. Wubik looking for the follow. He looks for the shot on target, and Glow ends up getting that one. Back over to the hands of Wolf. Wolf to Matus Nate. Matus Nate pops the ball mid, but it's going to be followed here from Shega. Shega can't get the touch he wants. I'll be back in the hands of Wubik. Wubik with the possession. Gets the 50. Sends it all the way back to his own corner. Apparently Wubik really loves 50 into his own corner over there. And it's the same corner every single time by what it looks like. Wubik ends up getting bumped by the opponent, and Wolf will end up having to save him. But now back to Matus Nate. Tries to send the ball down the field to Wolf, trying to recreate a goal from the previous game. Back over to Shega now. Over one. And Wubik intercepts. Wubik looking for the double tap. Not able to, double touch there. Off the car, wasn't able to do so. But a fake there from Wolf allows him to get the ball out to the midfield. Gets a 50 with Shega. The offensive pressure here from Slot Dark, though, is keeping sturdy. Luckily for Havoc Purple, though, Matus Nate manages to get a good clear out to the corner, making it awkward for Vulcan. Vulcan ends up just giving it right back, allowing Wubik to get a read. Can they get a last-second opportunity, or does this game go to a 0-0 overtime? And it looks like ball floating towards an empty net, saved by Vulcan on the goal line. But they're not out of harm's way just yet. The ball has to touch the floor, and they will let it touch the floor. That's going to be a 0-0 overtime in game number 3. Whoever wins goes on match point. We've seen opportunities on both ends of the field right now. I honestly have no clue who will end up winning this game. We've seen equal opportunities for the most part. Both teams are looking for demos. Both are having some sort of pressure when they're on offense. But who will step up? I think this game will be decided by one person who really steps up. Either a fantastic pass or a fantastic shot. Matus Nate looking to be that player. Looking to be that hero for his team. Passes it back to Wolf. 50s it right into the middle. Ball up here. Vulcan has to get the touch. He succeeds in doing so. Will now be in the hands of Matus Nate as he puts the ball high into the ceiling. Now will be taken over here by Wubik. Wubik popping the ball into the corner by Matus Nate. Off the crossbar. Shot bottom right. Follow up from Wolf, and the ball stays out. Ricochets out the post multiple times. And it will now be up to Slot Dark to start the counterattack. They won game 1 off of a counterattack. This time they won't do that, though. And we popped over now to Matus Nate as he puts the ball mid. Wubik with a great 50-50 in a 1v1. Will now be a 1v2, but he plays it patiently. Gets it awkward for Slot Dark. Matus Nate looking for the shot, not able to get the goal. We followed up here now by Wolf. Wolf puts it off the side wall. To Wubik. Wubik into the air. Following it up here is Glow. Glow can't get the touch that he wants. Ball back over now to Wubik. Wubik looking for the shot. Now Shega for the counterattack, but ends up giving it away to Wolf. Both these teams are starting to play a little bit nervous here. They know whoever wins this is on match point. And right now you can see the nerves are starting to boom the ball a little bit back and forth rather than maintaining possession. The team, though, the one player that can maintain possession and step up for their team, they will be the one to win this in this epic team battle. Both these teams are playing extremely similar. Same amount of opportunities, same amount of possession, but a mistake on the backboard almost leaves it open for Sloth Dark. Back over now to Vulcan. He heads it mid to Made It Snake. Made It Snake can't find the net. Back over into the middle now. Followed up here for Shega. Shega now. Back over to Made It Snake. To Wubik. Wubik down to Wolf. Wolf off the ceiling. It's going to be a pass opportunity out there for Shega, but he can't get the touch, and Wubik ends up missing, and Glow gets a 50. Ball, and over an empty net. Vulcan looking for the double, but he can't find it, and it will be Made It Snake clearing this one out to the middle. Opportunity now on the counterattack. Wolf to Made It Snake. Sorry, Wubik to Made It Snake. Not able to find that one. Both these teams, so many opportunities, but no great shots on target. Ball over now into the corner. Wolf trying to maintain possession here to Made It Snake. Made It Snake trying to take his time. Gets the ball over one. Can't get it past two as Vulcan keeps it on the offensive end. But Wubik with a great 50. Gets it out to the midfield at the very least. And now we have to Made It Snake. He leaves it for his teammate Wolf. Wolf sends the ball down the field. Vulcan has to get the touch and again gets the touch. Right now it's Made It Snake versus Vulcan. Getting last second touches, but Vulcan gets the beat on Made It Snake towards the corner. But Havoc Purple, they're stuck in their own net. And a last second save from Wolf keeps it out. Back over to Glow. Glow trying to maintain possession. Putting it off the backboard. Follow up. It's going to be a miss from Wubik, but he gets the bump after the miss. The recoveries from Havoc Purple are keeping them in this game. What is happening right now? Ball off the side wall. Followed up here from Shega. He has an almost empty net as Made It Snake is stuck in the middle. Wubik gets the save. Both these teams are continuing to fight back and forth. But who will end up the victor in this game? 3.5 minutes into overtime, and Sloth Dark breaks the scoreless streak from both teams. Oh my goodness, and this wasn't even the final game. We still have potentially 2 more after this, and it will be Sloth Dark taking to match point first. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's happening here. Oh my, what a fantastic game that one was. And it's now going to be back into Havoc Purple's hands if they want to try and win this series. Oh my, fantastic game. But now we're going to be having to go into match point for Sloth Dark. Sloth Dark looking to go 3-0. Whereas Havoc Purple are looking to try and bring this to a game 5 at the very least. On the map, we're going to be going on to Johnny Boy's favorite map, Manfield Night. It's going to be interesting here, folks. I don't know who will end up getting the win here between these two teams, but nevertheless, this series will be one to remember. This is a high round. Remember, whoever wins this series goes instantly to the playoffs and doesn't have to play next week. They would be playing in 2 weeks in the Split 2 playoffs, whereas right now, I honestly don't know who is going to end up being the winner here. If we are to go off of history, Sloth Dark should win this match, as they have the momentum, they have experience winning important matches, and they have the momentum of winning that long overtime. However, Havoc Purple, we know they have a solid mentality. So if there's any team that can come back and win this game number 4, it is Havoc Purple. Back over to Vulcan. To Made It Snake. Made It Snake. Back over to Glow. Glow to Wolf. Wolf. Back out to the side wall. Followed up here now. It'll be going off into the corner. Vulcan gets the read. Looking for the read. He gets another 50-50. Vulcan 1v3s the whole team. And that will be goal number 1 to Sloth Dark. What is that, folks? I talked about last game. Somebody needs to step up, because both teams are looking good. It was Vulcan who stepped up in that last game. And now, at the beginning of game number 4, the same player who stepped up to win that overtime is stepping up to win in game number 3. We're looking at a potential winner, a potential MVP caliber player here in this match here, folks. But the ball will get popped out to the side to Shega. Shega popping it into the air. Here's the follow-up from Glow. Glow popping it high into the air here. Wolf touches it over to the corner. Can't get the double tap though, as Vulcan's there first, but he gets the dunk on Vulcan. Back to Shega. Shega gets dunked by Made It Snake. Made It Snake to Wolf. Wolf shoots. He scores! Top right corner. Havoc Purple tie the game in the first minute. Look at this here, folks. I don't know what is happening between these two teams. It's just going back and forth, and that overtime was back and forth, just no goals. But it looks like we're seeing the same fashion of matches from the first two games. All of these games have been, except for the one win from Havoc Purple, have been one-goal games. Both of the games for Soft Dark that they've won have been one-goal games. 3-second goal, 3 seconds left in the game where they scored in game number 1. And, of course, 3.5 minutes into overtime, they win that overtime. So can they win this game again? Looks like close games do seem to favor Sloth Dark because it looks like they're just slightly more consistent than Havoc Purple. Ball gets popped over to the backboard to Glow. Glow trying to sending it up for Wubik. Wubik passing the ball mid. Chance here for Wolf, putting it off the corner. Can't get the double, but he leaves it for Matus Nate as he looks for a shot, and Glow ends up taking possession. Ball gets sent off the backboard as Wubik gets a great dunk. And Wubik looking for the redirect, isn't able to get it top left corner there, but he's continuing to pile on some extreme pressure here from Havoc Purple. As look, they're keeping the ball in the offensive end for a prolonged amount of time. Can they make something out of it, though? Ball back over to Vulcan. Vulcan looking for the possession. Gets the 50. Will be sent now over to Wolf. Wolf looking for the redirect off the corner. We followed up here by Glow. Glow now taking his time. Back to Wubik. Wubik popping the ball out to the side. To Shega. Shega over to Wolf. Wolf not able to get that touch. Now over to Matus Nate. Matus Nate trying to pop that ball forward. Over now. Gets sent towards an empty-ish net, but Wolf is back. He ends up hitting it right back into the Sloth Dark defense, but it will be put off the backboard. Ball up here from Vulcan. Vulcan misses. Chance here for Wolf, and Wolf puts his second goal in. Havoc Purple with the goal lead here in game number 4. We can tell Havoc Purple do not want to give up this series freely. They are not going to lose the series off of mistakes. They are going to need Sloth Dark. If they want to win this game, they're going to have to show up and put on their full performance. No free games here being given from Havoc Purple. Great save there from Wubik. Puts it out to the corner. Back over to Glow. Glow trying to keep this ball on the offensive end. We're seeing Sloth Dark trying to tie the game here. And right as we've reached now the midpoint of game number 4. Opportunity for Sloth Dark. Fake there. Goes to Shega. Shega looking to solo play. Past the entire team. And an own goal from Matus Nate makes it a tied game. Look at that. Shega air dribbles it. He gets the 50 on Wolf, Wubik, and Matus Nate. Matus Nate, he ends up not being on the goal line. And that, folks, is why you have to make sure you're on the goal line or inside the net, because otherwise, if you try to approach the ball from the front to make the save, it makes it very difficult. It makes it very easy to own goal. But it looks like that's going to be a tied game here, folks, as these teams continue to push forward, continue to be aggressive. Ball will be back out into the corner. So Matus Nate. Matus Nate now to Glow. Glow trying to send that ball forward and here into the corner. Followed up here now by Vulcan. Vulcan looking for the shot. It's going to end up being wide. Over now to Shega. Shega to Matus Nate. Matus Nate popping it through the air. We'll be looking to try and follow it up is Wubik. Wubik manages to get a touch forward to Matus Nate as he tries to look for a touch off the side wall. He ends up missing it, and it doesn't work out as a fake, unluckily for him. Back over to Wolf. Wolf gets a demo on one of the offenders. But it'll be back over to Wolf once more as he tries to take this ball down the field. Tries to get the dunk. Succeeds in doing so. Back over to Glow. Glow taking the ball out of his own corner. Trying to maintain that possession. Something that we've been seeing all night long for Sloth Dark. Trying to keep the ball forward. Keep the ball on the offensive end. Looking for 50s. Looking to keep possession no matter what. But a team pinch gets sent all the way into the offensive half. Shega looking for the read. Pinches it down. Followed up from Vulcan, but saved away by Wubik. Opportunity now for Wolf. Double commit comes out from Sloth Dark, but it works in their favor. Shega with a great possessive touch. Gets it around one, but he can't get it around Wolf. Ball kept in the offensive end, though. Wolf setting up Glow. Glow with a fantastic touch. Puts it towards the net. Luckily for Team Purple, they do get a free ball. But Shega gets a free ball from Team Purple. Vulcan looking for the double. Not able to find it, and Havoc Purple do manage to get out of that scary situation. Matus Nate into the side for Glow. Glow back to Shega. Shega to Wubik. Wubik over to Vulcan now. Vulcan trying to maintain possession. Flicking that ball over one. Looking to try and get past the entire team just as the first goal. He gets the 50 past the second, but Matus Nate recovers well. Ball ends up getting pinched out mid. Shega looking for the shot. Wolf with the last second save. We're seeing Wolf now be the player to step up for Havoc Purple here in game number 4. But a bump on Wubik from Vulcan almost opens up the score line, but Matus Nate keeps it out. Shega taking it time. 50s at mid. A bump on the back line, though, will allow Havoc Purple some time, but opportunity, ball at the backboard, double tap opportunity, and Made It Snake puts it out, but it does bounce up. Slot Dark, they have to get this ball onto the ground or take it up the field. Glow, keeping it in the air, ends up letting it drop to the ground after the beat, and that will be game number 4 again. This will be an overtime between these two teams. These teams looking extremely close. But will we see a game 5, or will Slot Dark win it here? They put it off the backboard. Shega now into the corner, looking for the follow-up. Passing that ball mid. Now over to Wubik. Wubik back over to Made It Snake. Made It Snake over to Vulcan. Vulcan at the touch. It's off the crossbar, and it's out. Havoc Purple not knocked out of this series just yet. Oh, at Slot Dark, if they end up losing this game, if they lose this series, they're going to be remembering that opportunity right there. Glow looks at the shot, saved away once more by Wolf. Back out into the middle. Shega with the pass out mid, and Wubik with the clear. Both these teams fighting for possession, but so far, Slot Dark with the time and possession, but Made It Stay with the dunk, and Vulcan clears this one away. Wubik putting it out into the corner. It's off the backboard now. Glow tries to send the ball down the field, but he has no follow-up. Allows Made It Snake to try and get a touch forward. He gets it forward, getting the dunk here on Glow. Back out to the corner to Wolf. Wolf looking for his time, looking for possession, sends the ball down the field by Vulcan. Over to Shega. Shega trying to hit this ball at the corner. He ends up getting demoed on the offensive end. Vulcan looking for the 50 on Wubik. Wubik has just been winning 50 after 50. We've been talking about Made It Snake, we've been talking about Wolf, but one player who's been kind of a silent protagonist here for Havoc Purple is the man in the Dignitas decal there, Wubik. 50-50, I don't think Wubik's lost a single 50-50 all series long. But here comes Shega, looking to try and end it here. Passes the ball mid, and a double commit, but it doesn't matter as Glow puts it in the back of the net, and Havoc Purple, we'll be seeing them again next week as Slot Dark go through the Swiss 3-0, and I believe that marks them as first seed going into the playoffs. Oh my goodness, folks. Now that is a Slot Dark we know and love. But folks, it looks like that's going to most likely be it here for tonight. It was a fantastic set of matches we had, and this last series in particular was very, very fun to watch. But overall, it looks like that's going to be it for today, as I do believe Havoc Gold are forfeiting. I'm just checking real quick. Yeah, Havoc Gold are not in there, aren't in there. So everybody, thank you so much for showing up to the stream, and we're going to be rating. So we're not going to, this series is not over yet. We're going to be watching Escape Velocity versus 7 Savages on the alternate stream. So make sure to give Azrael some love here. He's been running the alternate stream for us tonight, so make sure to show him some love. Give him a follow, give him a raid. So as we're rating him here, but everybody, remember tomorrow we got a fun stream, 8 p.m. EST, and then on Monday we have a coaching stream. So as long as you have a replay and you can send it over, we're doing free coaching from myself as an RLCS coach and SSL in AvDL. Will be happening tomorrow. That will be happening on Monday. So free coaching on Monday, 8 p.m. EST. Hope to see you all there. But thank you so much for watching the stream tonight. This is HBC Luke of Havoc Esports signing out. Peace.